Okay, good. Oh, I'm so excited. So we can mention all these things. I think that we're live in this moment, perhaps.
Okay.
Uh,
I feel
yep,
alive.
we are. We are. So hi, welcome. I don't even know. No one's ever here for the welcome part. So let's just talk.
Yeah, I mean, not yet anyway.
I guess, I mean, if people want to watch later, I'll explain
Yeah.
what the hell we're here for. Yeah, so I'll do it anyway. Welcome to Next Level from Level with Emily. I'm the host, Emily Reese, and I'm here with producer Sam Keenan, who always likes to say hi.
Hi.
Yeah. And we're just talking about the episode that's coming up this week, which is Garry Schyman, one of our favorite guests on Level, and his music that he wrote for the Luminous, I think. Oh gosh, it's out of my head right. I think it's Luminous Productions and Square Enix that published Forspoken, which just came out last week. Last week? God, I think it came out last week, the end of January in 2023. So we're going to talk about that, but we're also talking about storage issues before we hit live. We're talking about digital storage and stuff. I just, in the middle of an interview with the legendary Jason Graves yesterday, we had to stop and I had to switch over to a hard drive. I knew that day was coming. I didn't think it was coming quite as rapidly as it came. So,
well, it's good it happened with Jason,
Oh, yeah,
than,
totally.
somebody we don't know as well.
Yep. Yeah. We were right in the middle of talking about America's very first famous serial killer. So that was fun. That'll be a conversation for the future. But yeah, how you been, Sam? You good?
I've been all right. Yeah.
Good.
Staying alive and stuff.
Good. Yeah. We're working on a way to be able to play music during these, which is exciting. I mean, it's not that complicated. All we're waiting on is equipment. Like, we know how to do it. Like,
we're gonna crack the code.
Yeah, crack the mysterious ways of broadcasting audio. So yeah, we're just waiting on one piece. So hopefully next week we'll be able to do that, and that'll make these conversations, I think, just that much more engaging, because we'll be able to like play tracks and talk about tracks and talk about certain things that we both liked and play those things. So that's pretty awesome. But not today. There was a chance, but they didn't get it delivered quite in time. So but that's okay. So what did you think of the conversation with Garry Schyman about Forspoken?
It was great. I mean, Gary's just always a pleasure to have on, and he's an interesting guy. He's a thoughtful guy. He's a very knowledgeable person about music and structure and history, music history and arrangement and everything. And he's a smart dude and a fun dude, and he makes excellent classy stuff.
Yeah. It's like when I hear new music from him, it's almost like kind of sitting in like the cushiest recliner. I'm just like, oh yeah, this, you just know it's not wrong to expect it to sound completely professional and wonderful and beautiful and great. I mean, just all those things. It's so good. And I loved how it sounded. I just loved each track. I only got, I think, I can never remember, because this has happened 3 times now, I think, in the last few weeks, where I've only gotten a selection of tracks, which, can be a bummer, or it is generally, I would say, a huge bummer, because I don't get to hear the whole soundtrack. But I got, a sampling of Gary's music and 6 or 7 tracks or something. And yeah, it was, I just loved every single one of them. And that very opening track of one of the cities or areas that you're first in, it's just so there's this energy to it, and I loved that part about it.
And Sacha saying in the chat that Garry is a professor somewhere, right? And
go ahead.
Where's that?
USC.
Right.
Which is probably one of the top, if not the top, places that students who want to go study film and game scoring want to go to USC. That's like the place to go. So, I mean, way over any number of amazing music schools that are on the East Coast, right? But you know, it's Hollywood, right? I mean, it's not in Hollywood, but it's in LA, so it might as well be. So yeah, he's and he just loves it. And we talk about it a little bit in there, so I don't want to like spoil everything that he says, because it's a very prestigious program, you know. It's hard to get in, and he just loves it. And many years ago, I got to go there and hang out and watch a class. And I think it was like he had done the BioShocks. He probably hadn't done Infinite yet. But anyway, I got to go there. And then another year that I was in LA, I was going to go visit him. You were with me, Sam Keenan. We were going to go visit him in a rental car. And the rental car broke down on the 405 in the fast lane.
I remember that very well. The two of us were almost killed.
We almost got killed trying to get off the road.
This little Kia, this little tiny go-kart Kia.
Oh, it was so tiny.
And it was an electric car.
Was
it? You were driving. You tried to hit the gas.
I tried to punch it
and punch it and pull into the right lane. And instead of punching the car or left lane, and the car just died.
It just
so
died.
You pull into the left lane where everyone's going way faster.
Everybody
and the car
honked.
just stops. Everybody's slamming on their brakes, honking. We're trying to get over 5 lanes of traffic to get off the road. That was crazy.
Yep, it was crazy. And he's not exaggerating when he said, I think there might have even been 6 lanes that we had to cross to get off to the side. And here's the funny thing. We were staying with our wonderful Jack Wall and his wonderful, amazing wife, Cindy Shapiro.
Yeah.
And so we were like, just because traffic in LA is so bad, it took us forever to get to that point, to get onto the 405 for the car to break down like immediately.
Right.
And so then we finally pulled off the road and we're like, oh geez, now we're gonna have to wait to get picked up, and you're not allowed to leave the car because it's a rental. And it's just this whole nightmare. And we realized that we were seriously like maybe a 10-minute walk away from their place.
Yeah. We were still basically there still. It's ridiculous.
We just thought we were so far away.
Yeah.
We easily could have walked back, but I mean, we couldn't leave the car. But you know, oh god, that was hilarious.
That was a bummer though, because I remember that being a bummer, because we were looking forward to
of course,
hanging out with Gary at the
for a minute there I was like, why the hell were we just talking about that? But yeah, it was because we were gonna go see Gary that day. Oh, that was so heartbreaking. Yeah. And then I don't think, did we get to see him? No, we did. I think we ended up having lunch with him.
Yep.
Oh, at that it wasn't Cuban, but it was some kind of delicious Latin American.
I don't remember that part. I just remember very
Brazilian.
Yeah.
Okay, South American. Pardon me. Yes, South American.
I just remember a long, detailed conversation about music and classical music history and stuff like that. Yeah.
Oh yeah, we'll have to talk more about that, because I don't remember much of that part. It's funny. I remember the food though. I guess that's very typical of me though.
Yeah. But Gary, all that to say, he's just he's like a serious pro, and the music that he makes, it's like it's got that professional, sheen on everything. It's sonically, it sounds perfect. Yeah. Like the balance is really great on everything, and even because a lot of times with classical music and with game music and orchestral music, the quiet stuff gets too quiet. And then the loud stuff is super loud. It makes it hard to listen to in a casual environment. Yeah. And that stuff, his music is like, it's balanced so that it still has dynamic range, but it's also it's really, it breathes, and it's got good loud quiet balance. It's just excellent. Excellent stuff,
Yeah. It's very alive, I feel like, too.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and he also, this particular recording, he talked about like they got kind of a special place to record it in, and we're dealing with COVID issues and stuff like that. Oh yeah. And the orchestra sounds bang on. It sounds like magic. Yep. He
talks about it being an old church, and how generally speaking it was wonderful unless a big truck went by.
Right.
And that reminded me of our former employer. Well, whatever. shall not remain unnamed had issues with the light rail.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Radio station, and putting a light rail route right along next door to the radio station created some issues because of that same thing, rumbling. It's not that it's loud, although I can see how frequencies of the bell, the electronic bell that they use for the light rail here in the Twin Cities, it is, I can see how that would be kind of cutting through, but it was mostly those vibrations of the heavy trains, right?
Yeah, it's all the low frequencies are the stuff that's really hard to stop.
Yeah.
He talked a little bit about like putting stuff up on little
risers and
like
stuff.
Risers with I don't think he said what it was, but usually they use this stuff called neoprene.
Okay.
And it's so you can sit a floor on top of it, so that way when it rumbles, that the neoprene absorbs all the vibrations and it doesn't get into the microphones.
Amazing. Crazy. It's a lot of work to make sound, keep sound out to make sound.
Well, and with a super professional sounding, very kind of Hollywood sound, like how Gary's able to get, and they're able to get that sort of sound. It's almost so good that it makes you not think about it. It's like it disappears. The production just disappears because it's just like you're immersed in how great it all sounds.
Yeah. That's awesome. Yeah, it did. I think I would imagine that the whole soundtrack is out now. I didn't look. I just fucking look right now. What difference?
I think you can listen to it on his website.
Oh, the whole soundtrack now? Or just those 6 tracks?
I guess I'm not sure, so I shouldn't be saying, but
oh, yep. Nope, wait. No. Oh, wow. People have already. Oh, wait. Nope. Different. Frey is the name. Okay. So I don't think it's out yet.
He's got a GarrySchyman.com, if anybody's wondering.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. Well, anything else you want to add about Mr. Schyman? I'm going to interrupt you and with a complete non sequitur here to show you my favorite new LaCroix flavor.
LaCroix?
Peach plum. Yeah. Like, this stuff is amazing. So that's all. Cheers. Go ahead. But did you want to say anything else?
No, just it's definitely always worth checking out a Garry Schyman episode and his music. I wish I could learn even more about how they get things sounding the way they do, because there's got to be some secrets in the process along the way somewhere.
In the mixing or the mastering? Probably in the mixing.
Probably in the mixing, probably in the mixing. But yeah, like the beautiful, like low end frequency, and everything is just really beautiful. And I like that. Beautiful and real. And I mean, when does he make subpar stuff? Never. So
never. I know.
Yeah.
I name a Garry Schyman soundtrack you don't like.
Yeah. GTFO. They're all excellent.
Yeah, they are. They're wonderful. Cool. Well, I'm excited to share that with everybody on Friday. He did send me a guest playlist. I will be posting that tomorrow. Tonight here in our beautiful Twin Cities. Well, not in both of them. We had to choose one. In Minneapolis, we have a meetup tonight.
Yeah.
Which will be fun. A local brewery called Arbiter. I don't know. No one knows. But they make good beer. So we're gonna hang out with some friends there and talk about games and probably talk about The Last of Us, I would imagine. I don't know. We'll see who's all seen it and who wants to talk about it. But anyway, I know you haven't seen it yet.
I'm just pointing out in the chat here. Not sure how to say it, but even my untrained ear can tell how next level Gary's music is. Sasha says that. So yeah, but
Yep. So
that is
good.
True.
It's so good. Yeah. Cool. Wish you could be here, Sasha. It'd be fun. You guys got to come down maybe for VGM Con sometime. And then we'll have a big old level meetup and stuff. But all right. Well, Sam Keenan, I will see you in a few hours.
Right on.
All right. Peace out.